Sure. So I'm Michael Gelb,
All right.
and the author of How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci, 7 Steps to Genius Every Day. And I just have a new book called The Art of Connection, 7 relationship building skills every leader needs now.
Absolutely.
So that's 14 things altogether.
More than 7.
That's right.
And so first and foremost, I want to say I really enjoyed your talk. And, Da Vinci, that was kind of resonating with me when you said he's sort of a childhood hero of yours. And he was really inspirational to me as well. And curiosity, I think, is sort of the common denominator. And I think curiosity is probably one of the most powerful forces in the universe. So tell me, why is curiosity so important? And why is that missing in so much executive leadership today?
Great. Yeah, it's because it's our birthright. It's the driver of continuous learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning of everything good. Sometimes bad. It depends on the nature of your curiosity. But the quest to know, if we think of it in the terms of the Platonic ideal of curiosity about how to have a beautiful life and make a beautiful society, how to have a life that is focused on goodness and truth and the relationship between truth and beauty and goodness. And this is philosophy, but we want to take it from the realm of speculation to how do we apply, especially in our amazing, unprecedented, exponentially complicating but marvelous world, how do we live lives that are true and good and beautiful?
Absolutely.
Well, we need all the help we can get,
Right.
and that's why I keep writing these books, and Da Vinci is very helpful. Other characters and notions and ideas are the ones I just write about and teach what I've found to be most helpful in my own quest, and I share that with others. That's only what that's just what I've done for the last 38 years. I'm just warming up for the next 38.
Absolutely. And so I think in some ways you talked about exponential technology, and I guess that's what the conference is about. We talk about the future of medicine and how exponential technology is impacting so many areas of artificial intelligence and robotics. And so Da Vinci grew up in a time which was the Renaissance. Do you think exponential technologies today have kind of created the modern day Renaissance, and are we going to see more Da Vincis come out?
Potentially. I think the Da Vinci of today is what we've created with the global system of sharing of knowledge and information. And it's only going to get more powerful as AI kicks in. And as we integrate all these different modalities that we've been talking about here at this amazing conference. So it's not an individual in a body like Leonardo was. Mm-hmm. It is a global mind and a global sharing of knowledge and intelligence that's already just, if you know how to use it, mm-hmm. if you have the discipline, if you have the curiosity, mm-hmm. and your curiosity is focused on these uplifting questions. Sometimes I frame this for people in terms of Maslow's triune theory of the mind.
Sure.
Correlated with McLean's work on the triune brain. So we have a reptilian level, which Maslow called the level of our basic needs. We have a mammalian level, which he called the level of socialization and esteem and wanting to bond and connect and feel respected by others. And then we have the neocortex, the actual human level, which is altruism and creativity and everything we're doing here.
Sure.
So how much of what's happening when you click into your device or log on to whatever you're logged on to, how much of it is purely reptilian? In other words, how much of it is fear-driven, anger-driven, acquisition-driven, my survival, or I take from you to have more. So it's either greed or fear. That's the reptilian level. How much of it, and a lot of it, is, oh, I feel part of something. Look how many likes I have. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's sort of what kind of gave the rise to social media, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just so it's going back to that like reptilian instinct, right?
Right,
Like
it's
just-
reptilian. Well, this is mammalian. Mammalian is a
Mammalian, yeah,
socialization, right?
yeah, right.
So socialization, we want to feel, oh, look how many friends I have. I'm connected. Look at all these nice pictures. But it's a hollow feeling because it isn't real connection. It's association. It's a great chance to make the opportunity to have real connections. So it's easier to get together with various friends in different part of the world if you travel a lot.
Sure.
In real time. But if you get together with them and you're on your device texting other friends or Facebooking or Twittering or LinkedIning other friends, then you have no life.
Right.
So you have to kick in the neocortex, and you have to have intention and purpose, and you have to be the curator of your own investment of your mind power.
Sure. And I think you talked a little bit, you touched on this. Da Vinci was, I think, really successful because I think he was able to invent so many things, but at the same time, there wasn't much at that time, so there wasn't much noise. Today, I think entrepreneurs are stuck with, there's so much opportunity, they're inundated with information. How do you go back to that like primal state where you can focus on what's important and get to that flow state to be creative?
The entrepreneurs I know are totally focused.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if you're not, you won't be an entrepreneur. It's just that simple, because if you're a person who's all over the place and doesn't have a passion and doesn't know what you want to create, I mean, the idea of what would you die for? What's so important to you? What's your passion for helping others? I think that's the way to think about entrepreneurship. I mean, I love what I do. I love it more now than ever before. I'm already working on the next book. I think that my next book is going to be just the one that is going to be the greatest. I mean, I think this all the time, but I know and the new one just came out. I'm still on the book tour for the new book.
Right.
I'm still talking about Da Vinci, which came out 19 years ago,
right.
But I'm already working on the next book. And why do I write books? Because I can. No, seriously, I figured out how to do it.
Right.
I learned how to do it by teaching creativity. And I said, the creative techniques I'm teaching really work. I can generate and connect ideas. I love doing research. I'm really curious. I learn about so much every time I do one. And that's really fun to express yourself. And for me in this modality, and then have it touch somebody else's life. And then people read the book and they say, come to our company and do a seminar on that. So that's what I do.
And I guess the final question is, so CEOs today, I think, what can they take away? Like, what would be the top 3 takeaways if you were to say, you probably have more than 7, but
it's okay.
But what would be the top 3 takeaways that they can learn from your books or Da Vinci and the life that he inspired upon so many people?
So from the Da Vinci book, if I had to just limit it to 3,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that create a culture that is oriented around curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
where questions are more important than immediate answers, and where you as the CEO ask really open-ended questions and really listen in a contactful and present way. Now, the finest CEOs that I know, the ones that they tend to be the ones that engage me. That's how I know them. But they're also the ones they engage me because they want support in facilitating cultures that get people engaged. And people are more engaged if you ask them to contribute, and if you recognize that you value everybody's ideas and opinions. So first one is to facilitate an environment predicated on passionate curiosity. And then it would be that everyone has the potential to be creative. I mean, that's your IT department, that's your finance department, that's your marketing department, that's everybody.
Well, because great ideas can come from anywhere in a company, right? In an organization, you never know where that breakthrough is.
And that's the third thing I would say is that help people. We talked about the reptilian and the mammalian level. That's what keeps people locked in to their department, to their limited area, to their tribe within the company, rather than feeling that they are part of an overall organization and aligned with the overall mission and purpose. So to be a CEO, you have to be the steward of the needs of all of these people. And you have to be guiding their alignment with the higher purpose of your organization, which now more than ever needs to be about serving the world. If you're serving people, if you're making them happy on a consistent basis, if you treat all stakeholders with dignity and care and respect as a core, if you don't violate that for any reason at any time, you will be more successful over time. You'll also be more fulfilled. You'll live longer. You'll be happier, and you'll have much better karma.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time. And
My pleasure.